Plaintiff Irianne Wise dated the defendant despite their 23-year age difference, but she claims she soon saw signs of jealousy and abuse, and he even kicked in her door. Irianne and the defendant broke up, and she's suing him for a loan and car damages. Defendant Derek WEYL admits he has anger issues and regrettably has physically abused Irianne, but he claims he's now in counseling and is trying to get his life on track.
All rise. This court is now in session. The Honorable Judge Greg Mathis presiding. You may now be seated.
Start with you.
I met Derek about 1.5 years ago at the strip club I was working at. We hit it off instantly despite our age difference of 23 years. It didn't take long into the relationship where I saw signs of jealousy and abuse. That included breaking my cell phone, kicking in my front door, some domestic violence issues. Overall, he came into
charging?
No.
Okay, go ahead.
Overall, I was at a point in my life where I was, having a little bit of fun, but I still had my ducks in a row. I had a car and a house. My bills were paid. I did not have any of those things. And through the craziness of the relationship and just all the drama, I've kind of lost those things. We do have a 4-month-old son together, and the problems kind of persisted through my pregnancy and also since my son has been here, which led me to filing an EPO. And the same irresponsibility that he had while we were dating, it was...
What was that? Irresponsible in what way?
Well, he just, I don't know if he's paid rent on time, one time since we've been together. He didn't have a car. He didn't have a place to live. He moved into my house.
You meet him at the strip club?
Yes.
Where do you think the money went? Making it rain. Go ahead, sir. You give me some background.
Yes, where we met. Yes, sir. We met at the strip club. And pretty much everything she said is on point. We have a 4-month-old baby together. But really the real issue is domestic violence. And my anger issues and my self-control. That's all of our problems stem from me. Only me.
Have you gotten it addressed? Have you addressed it?
I am in court-ordered therapy and some parenting classes, but I also go to my church and get counseled there. And when the court order stuff's over, I'm going to continue with therapy because the damage that I've done, sir, and the pain I inflicted.
Caused you to lose a great woman and a child?
It's more than that. It's just, it's everything that I put them through. And I will continue to work every single day for the rest of my life to never be that man again. I focus on that each and every day, every moment that I'm awake, that I'm not missing them. The irresponsibility financially, yes, that's very true. I did go down there and spend some money that I shouldn't have, but that's kind of always been my way, unfortunately. So I'm addressing all of that stuff because at the end of the day, all I really want to do is be somebody my son can look up to, and I want to be a part of his life, and that's all that matters to me.
Wow.
And I'm glad you're taking full responsibility, and I'm glad you're seeking treatment. I assume the therapist you're referring to has background in psychology, and psychologists are also able to determine whether you need to go to the next step. And the next step is psychiatrists, in which case they determine that perhaps you have a chemical imbalance that requires medication. And so don't be ashamed, because if it saves your life and saves others from pain, you want to embrace that more than you would your ego or your pride. That's my word of advice there. And that's for folks watching. Start your child or whomever, if you see that you can't control them, they can't control their impulses, they have all types of problems, they're troubled, take them first to a psychologist. perhaps the school counselor, but in public schools, there's not enough counselors for the number of people who are troubled, the kids. So however you can get it, take your child there for a psychological analysis. They'll say, okay, bring the child back for counseling, perhaps 5 or so, 10 times. By that time, the psychologist will have, based on what the child tells them, based on what the psychologist observes, the psychologist will say, okay, it's environmental. The child just needs structure. The child needs this. The child needs that. But then the psychologist might say, looks like the child might need to see a psychiatrist and be medicated, because it could be clinical depression. Clinical depression causes anger in many people, and clinical depression can be treated with medicine. That type of depression is chemical imbalance. Bipolar, that's a chemical imbalance. You can't counsel bipolar away. You gotta take some medicine. You can try, but that's very difficult. So go check it out. That's worth looking into, and I'm glad to hear that, because otherwise you are dangerous to yourself and to your family and to society at large. That's what it sounds like, and the only way to address that is treatment. So thank you. Yes, sir.
She was strong to stay, to try and make it work, but she was really stronger to leave and take him. And because of that, I thank her every day, because maybe I wouldn't have tried to find a cheat.
All right, ma'am.
I was just going to say, on the topic of you not being able to handle those kind of issues yourself, I think that he definitely did try to. He pretty much self-medicated with alcohol, and that's where a lot of our problems, got out of hand, was during his drinking times.
What is the lawsuit about? The loan and the car damages?
On October 2nd, he came to me expressing that he was facing a possible eviction if he didn't pay September and October's rent, and I loaned him the money with $2,008.
Okay.
With the understanding that he would pay me back the full amount October 5th. He did pay me back $1,000 on October 5th, but none since then.
Okay. And so that's $1,008 balance on a loan.
Yes.
What is the other $3,000 for?
Well, I had to file an EPO on October 8th, and we had each other's
protection order.
Yes, we had each other's vehicles, and I had asked for mine back before I filed the EPO, and he insisted that he was going to get the new tires put on the car and get it serviced. He'd been driving my car for a week after that, and he texted me a Sunday morning. Well, he called me Saturday night like 5 times, and he texted me the next Sunday morning telling me, hey, I broke down in the car. I was just looking for some help. Well, I actually just happened to see my car on the side of the road like 3 days later where he left it, and one tire just had a hole in it, one tire was flat, one tire was completely shredded. I had to get it towed to a tire shop, and I have record of them saying the damage that was done, the tire rods were also snapped, was some type of blunt force, like he ran off the road or he had hit something.
Okay, let me see your bills or repair estimates, sir. What do you want to tell me about this? The loan and the damages to the car?
Yeah, the loan, I could only pay, they had demanded 2 months because it was already into the next month. So I had the money for the first month. So when I talked to Arian, she said she would pay it. I had to pay her back. Well, I only had $1,000 to give her, so I did give her the $1,000 the very next day. And then the next couple of days, everything else kind of took place with the EPO, and I'm not able to contact her or anything. I do owe her the $1,008 for the rent, the remaining balance. I do owe her that. As far as the car goes, it had issues. The tires were bad. So I asked her to please take the Jeep that I just got. Her and Lincoln were going out of town. I just wanted to be in something safe. If it did break down, I wanted me to be the one driving it. It did. I got 2 flat tires on the same side. When I got off the road, it was late, it was dark. I started walking. Police officer picked me up, took me up to a gas station. I tried to figure out how to get the car back. I didn't. The next day, me and a friend went to get it, to try and take care of it. I wasn't able to.
Do you think you owe for the car? If not, why?
we knew it had flat tires. We knew the tires were bad, and that's why I gave her the Jeep, because it was a possibility that it might break down. So, no, I don't feel like I owe for the car. I mean, I was driving it when I got the flat tires, but I was just normal driving. Tire went flat, I pulled off the side of the road, tried to put it in a safe spot. When I got back to work
And the only
Monday,
thing that was wrong with it when you were driving is the tires?
Correct.
All right. The estimate comes to $2,999, and every single dime of it is related to tires and the effects on the rims and on the axle and things of that nature. So I'm going to conclude that whatever occurred when you had it, because as you said, there was nothing else wrong with it. There was nothing wrong with the rims. There was nothing wrong with the axles. There was nothing wrong with alignment issues, and all of that is what is listed here. And it gives the impression that you hit something. So I'm going to hold you responsible for that. $4,008 is your judgment. Have a good day.
John, sir, could I say something? Could I say something? Could I say something?
Certainly.
Arian, I just want to tell you I'm really sorry for everything I put you through. Nothing you ever did, said, any actions never warranted anything that I said or did. It was only me. I'm so very sorry for all the pain I caused and the anxiety and the anguish that I put you through. I miss Lincoln. I love you guys with all my heart. Every breath I take every day, I miss you guys. I'm so sorry. Thank you.
Okay. And the only thing I'll add to that, ma'am, is please look at it as a medical condition. It is not in his heart. All right. Have a good day, everybody.
I completely agree with him needing some type of professional help. I wish he would have got it earlier. I'm happy that I won, so I can kind of start putting my life back together for me and my son. He has a couple of court-ordered things that he has to handle before he can get any type of custody. But as long as, he's doing the right things and taking care of things how he's supposed to, then yeah, I want him in my son's life.